Welcome to our Super Vibes Back to Basics series. Today is week 2 of our relax portion of the series. Last week we talked about the power of the exhale and how the exhale creates a relaxation response not only in the physical body but also in the nervous system and the mental body. Today I want to really work through what it's like to relax into the shapes of yoga postures. Very often in yoga classes, when we're working out, even in everyday life, we're pushing ourselves, forcing ourselves, really overworking to work toward a place that we feel like we should be. And a lot of times in a yoga class or in a fitness situation, that can actually cause injury because we get so consumed with pushing forward to where we think we have to be that we are disregarding the feedback we're receiving from our bodies and we go too far. And even in life, when we do this, we're constantly pushing ourselves forward. It can lead to additional stress, it can lead to fatigue and even burnout or depression or anxiety. And in this hyper-stimulated, fast-paced world, sometimes it's needed for us to just do less, for us to give ourselves permission to do less. And that's kind of what the gentle stress management practice is about. It's about letting yourself relax through a practice so that you can come to a place of being deeply still, deeply relaxed, and inviting some peace into the physical, mental, and emotional layers. So let's go ahead and get started. We're working today in a seated position. So you're welcome to sit in a chair if that feels appropriate for you today. You can sit on a mat, on the floor, even on an exercise ball if that feels appropriate for you. But take a moment to get into your comfortable seat and establish your roots. So remember, the roots are the parts of your body that are making contact with another surface. So feel your sit bones root down, feel your legs and your feet root down. From those roots, start to invite in that sense of rise. So we're subtly lifting the rib cage off of the pelvis, lifting up through the spine and through the crown of the head. And even in the process of sitting tall, sometimes we can push and overwork. So rather than feeling yourself jam into this seat and squeeze the shoulders back and lift the head and be very militant about it, let yourself softly feel that sense of rooting down and rising up. And then come to the center here, the navel space, and let yourself connect to your center for a moment. Let's take some time to close the eyes. And as you close your eyes, feel how just the simple act of closing the eyes begins to remove some of that external stimulus. It starts to bring the focus more inward. Take a moment just to notice your physical body, feeling the feet and the legs, the hands and the arms, the sit bones, your long spine, feeling your shoulder blades relaxed onto your back, inviting a softness into the face, into the jaw. And then let's do 3 falling out breaths here. So using the power of that exhale as we center. So the inhale comes in through the nose. Let it be a big, full, bright inhale. And let the exhale fall out from the mouth. Feel the release. And do that 2 more times at your own breath pace. Just feeling how that exhalation, even when we're sitting in a more upright posture, provides a sense of release, a sense of relaxing in the mental, emotional layers. Now we're going to continue to use that exhalation as we move into our shapes today. So the inhale will bring us into length through the spine, and then the exhale will take us into each shape, and then we'll hold the various postures in that relaxed position for 2 or 3 breaths. So on your next inhale, create some length in the spine. And then as you exhale, feel your head drop forward. Feel the head relax into dropping forward, rather than trying to force the chin toward the chest or move yourself into a range of motion that doesn't feel comfortable. As you're resting here, feel the breath move, feel the shoulders relax, feel the jaw relax. The head is simply heavy. And that subtle heaviness of the head and shoulders creates an opening in the back of the neck. Now on your next inhale, come back to center. And as you exhale, let your right ear drop toward your right shoulder. Again, just feeling that the head is relaxing over to the right, rather than trying to force the ear toward the shoulder or the shoulder toward the ear. And as you're resting here, the shoulders are heavy, the jaw is relaxed, and we're really letting gravity do most of the work here. Then on your next in-breath, come on back to the middle. And as you exhale, let the left ear drift toward the left shoulder. The same thing here, just letting the head relax over to the side, keeping the shoulders relaxed. And just that very subtle inner lift in the body keeps the posture in integrity without overworking. Let an inhale bring you back to center. And then just pause there for the exhale. Now on your inhale, lengthen up through the spine. Feel yourself come into that nice tall posture. Then as you exhale, just relax into a cat shape. So the pelvis just curls under a little bit, the shoulders round. You can slide your hands toward your thighs or shins a little bit, let your shoulders round, let your head drop forward. So there's this little bit of a bowing in the head and a subtle rounding of the spine. Again, we're relaxing into the shape rather than forcing it, rather than over rounding the spine. And we're inviting this gentle opening all along the intervertebral muscles that attach the vertebrae along the spinal column. We're inviting opening into the space between the shoulder blades and into the lower back. Then whenever you feel ready, on an inhale, come back to that neutral spine, back into that inner lift. From here, if you're in a chair, you might like to wiggle forward a little bit in your chair. We're going to go ahead and take the legs slightly forward so the feet are out in front of you a little bit more, the legs are long. If you're seated on a mat, you may want to extend your legs out completely or place a pillow behind the knees. As we inhale, we're going to invite that length into the spine. And then as we exhale, we're going to hinge forward at the hips, letting the body relax forward over the legs. Option number 1 is to let the hands rest on the knees, relax the shoulders, and gently drop the head. Notice how that feels for you. If you feel like you want a deeper fold today, go ahead and take another breath. And on your exhale, come forward a little bit more. Let your forearms rest on the thighs. Let your head get a little heavier. Let your upper body drop forward a little bit more. Again, just relaxing into the shape. Feeling the line of the back body continue to open. And that opening, not just in the upper back, the middle back, and the lower back, but also in the back of the legs. Now take another breath. And as you exhale, if you'd like to go deeper, you can let the arms slide down the legs even more. Drop the hands, drop the head, and just feel yourself coming into a deeper fold. Feeling that gentle opening wherever you are. And then when you feel ready to rise up, use the hands against the legs and tone the lower belly as you extend through the spine to rise. Go ahead and bend your knees so that your feet come back into that flat position if you're seated. From here, we're going to work into a figure 4 shape. So option number 1 is to take the outer right ankle. You're going to turn the toe out and the heel in and rest the ankle on top of the left foot. So you've got the knee dropping out a little bit. Option number 2 is to bring the ankle up onto the thigh just behind the knee. So this is a hip stretch. It's also a thigh stretch. So you can take your right hand high up into the hip crease and just gently nudge it down. So right up in here, just nudge that thigh down toward the ground. So you're welcome to stay right here, maybe letting the hand rest, one on the foot, one on the knee. Let the shoulders relax, maybe let the chin drop. If you want a little bit more, you can take an inhale to create space in the spine and start to let the body drop forward a little bit. So as the chest drops forward, the head drops, the shoulders drop, we're starting to feel a deeper opening in the right hip, the right thigh, maybe the right lower back, the right buttocks. But we're relaxing into the shape rather than reaching, pushing, or forcing. The elbows are soft alongside the body, the shoulders are away from the ears, and the jaw is soft. When you feel ready to come out of this shape, again, toning the belly, using the hands for support as needed, bring the body back to its neutral position. Now from here, we're going to come into a twist. Now our twist poses are where very often we push and force. So what we're going to do today is take the right hand onto your chair and the left hand is going to come to the right knee. The hands are only here for support. Very often when we do our twist poses, we try to use the hands to yank the body around. And that can be a little stressful and traumatic on the spine. So I'm going to invite you today to lengthen up through the spine and use the core of the body to twist. So the hands are really just there for support. Turn from your low belly, your rib cage, your shoulders, your chest. Let the head come along for the ride. Use the hands to support the knee. Let the right hand rest on the chair. Let the shoulders relax. Let the elbows be loose. So you're not pulling yourself into the twist. You're inviting your body to relax into the twist. The head can turn a little bit, keeping some ease in the jaw. And let yourself find a few breaths here. Now when you feel ready, on an inhale, work your way back to center. Go ahead and take that right leg and stretch it out long, reach through that heel, let the heel come down to the ground. Give the leg a little wiggle here. We're going to keep the leg nice and long now. So your left knee is bent, your right leg is long. You're drawing the toes back on that right leg. We're going to place the hand on the thighs. As you inhale, invite that length into the body. As you exhale, start to relax forward as you hinge the body over that leg any amount. So you might find that the hands rest on the knees, the shoulders relax, the elbows relax, and the head gently drops. That might be enough if you're feeling a good stretch here in the hamstrings. If you want a little bit more, you can inhale to create more length and then exhale and let the hands slide down so that the left arm is supported by the left thigh and the right hand is on the shin. Again, here we want the shoulders to relax as much as possible. We want the head to drop ever so slightly. Taking another breath, and if you still want more, maybe the left hand hangs alongside the left leg, the right hand slides down closer to the ankle. Then we're just relaxing. We're relaxing the hands, the arms, the trunk of the body, and the head. So wherever you find yourself in this pose, let it be easeful. Feel the gentle opening and invite the breath to relax you even more. Now, when you feel ready, go ahead and bring the hands back onto the legs for support. Draw the navel in and rise up. We'll go ahead and bend that right knee and repeat that same thing on the other side. So we're going to start by taking that right leg and dropping it, we're on the left leg now. Taking that left leg, dropping it out, and the left ankle can go on top of the right foot. So you're seeing this little opening here. That's position number one. If you want a deeper stretch, you can bring the ankle up to the thigh. The left hand is going to come up to that hip crease and just very gently nudge the thigh bone down. That sets up the hip for better integrity of alignment before the stretch. Then we gently place one hand on the foot, one hand on the knee. Lift up as you inhale. So you may be feeling a stretch already. You can stay right here, simply relaxing elbows, head and shoulders on the exhale. If you want a deeper stretch, take another inhale to lengthen through the spine, and as you exhale, start to hinge forward. So you're feeling the body start to bow over the legs. We want to keep the elbows relaxed, keep the shoulders relaxed, let the head drop. So you're going to decide how far you go into this stretch. And remember, it's about ease. It's not about pushing forward. It's not about forcing a stretch. It's about relaxing into the shape until you feel that gentle opening. Then whenever you feel ready, again using the support of the hands to bring you back. We're going to find that twist to the left now. So the left hand is going to rest on the chair. The right hand is going to come to the left knee. And again, we're not using the arms to pull the body around. We're using the core of the body to turn from the low belly, the rib cage, the chest, shoulders, and then very gently turning the head. So the hands are just resting. Let the shoulders relax away from the ears. Let the elbows relax alongside the body. Find that gentle breath. Feel yourself relaxing even as you move into this more active twist stretch. Now, whenever you feel ready, go ahead and make your way back to center. We'll take that left leg, go ahead and stretch it out long, reach through the heel, let the heel land on the ground. Give the leg a little wiggle. From here, we're moving into that single leg forward bend. So the right knee is bent with the foot flat on the floor. The left leg is extended with the heel on the floor. Careful not to lock that left knee. Now, as you inhale, once again, invite the spine to lengthen. Then as you exhale, hinge forward a little bit. Let the hands move to the knees. Remember, the hands are light. There's not a lot of weight on the hands. They're just there for some secondary support. The elbows are soft next to the body. The shoulders are relaxed. Now, if you're feeling a stretch here already, you can take another breath in, and as you exhale, simply gently bow the head. If you'd like a bigger stretch, you can inhale to lift the rib cage more, then exhale as you hinge forward until the right forearm is resting on the right thigh and the left hand is gently resting on the left shin. Again, elbow soft, shoulders soft, head gently bows. So again, if you're feeling a nice stretch here, feel free to linger. If you'd like to take it a little further, take another breath, lengthen out through the spine, exhale, letting both arms slide down the legs as you come into the single leg forward bend, letting the head relax, the hands relax, the shoulders, the elbows, and the breath is gently moving. And when you're ready to rise up, again, drawing the navel in, letting the hands come back onto the legs for support, rising up as you extend through the strength in the spine. We'll go ahead and bend that left knee and take a moment just to feel the body. We'll do one more asana, one more posture here. We're going to do our seated happy baby pose. So go ahead and wiggle the feet a little bit wider so the knees are just wider than the shoulders. You can wiggle forward in your chair. If you're seated on the mat, just put your feet on the ground with the knees bent slightly wide. As you inhale, lengthen up through the spine. Find that big open lift of the rib cage off of the pelvis. Option number one on the exhale is to hinge forward, letting the hands rest on the knees. Option number two is to take another breath as you exhale, letting the forearms rest on the thighs, relaxing the shoulders, and letting the head be heavy. Option number three, another inhale to lengthen out through the spine. Then as you exhale, let your body drop forward more and wrap the arms under the legs so you're actually hugging the thighs into the body. Finding these nice 90-degree angles in the knees and letting the head and shoulders and elbows relax. Then wherever you are, let the body rock a little bit from one sit bone to the other. Feel the hips open, the opening in the thighs, a nice big stretch in the lower back. The head is heavy, the face is relaxed. Letting yourself just breathe in this moment. Coming to center, finding a moment of stillness with the breath. And then guiding the hands back onto the legs for support. Draw the navel in, extending through the spine to rise. From here, let yourself wiggle back into the support of your chair if you're seated. And then lean into it. The legs can be long. You can place your feet on a ball or a second chair, or even just on the ground slightly in front of you. Go ahead and turn your hands so the palms are resting up. And let's take a moment here to come back into the power of the exhale as we allow the movement part of our practice to fall away. And we move more and more into simply releasing and relaxing. Feel the extremities of your body. Feel the hands and the feet. Noticing sensation in the fingers and the toes. Taking a big breath. As you exhale, letting yourself soften a little bit more in these digits. Inviting that relaxation to move into the toes and the fingers. Continuing to take those big, full, bright inhales for those very powerful exhales. And allowing the sensation of relaxation to move into the feet and the hands. Into the ankles and the wrists. Into the lower legs and the forearms. Into the knees and the elbows. Into the hips and the shoulders. Become aware of your pelvis. Feel it supported. Inviting that feeling of release into the pelvis, into the muscles of the buttocks and lower belly, and even into the organs of the pelvis. Continue to use the breath. Feel your long spine supported, and vertebrae by vertebrae. Allow the back body to relax, the shoulder blades to relax. Feel the front body ebb and flow with breath. Feel the low belly move as you breathe. Invite that sense of ease into the organs of the abdominals. Feel the rib cage ebb and flow as you breathe. Invite that sense of ease into the lungs. Feel the chest rise and fall. Invite that sense of ease into the heart. Feel the head gently resting on your shoulders. Relaxing the shoulders, the neck, and the throat. And soften all the features of your face. The lips and the eyes, the nose and the ears, the jaw, the cheeks, the temples, and the forehead. Soften. Invite that same sense of ease into the sense organs of the face, the tongue and the teeth, the inner ear, the nasal passages, the eyeballs, resting. Taking a moment of quiet and peace in this hyperstimulated world in which we live. Expand that sense of ease into the largest sense organ, the skin. Feel the skin soften over your entire body. From your toes and fingers, up the limbs, through the torso to the top of the head, the skin of the entire body relaxed. And from the top of the head, bring your awareness to the back of the skull, sensing the brain as it quietly rests in the back of the skull. The nervous system calm and relaxed, the mind quiet and peaceful. And simply feel the movement of the breath. Now, as you continue to breathe, slowly and subtly, work your way back without just jumping up and moving into the rest of your day, without abruptly triggering the nervous system. Very gently bringing this feeling of ease and peace back with you as you gently press your feet into the ground and become aware of your sit bones. As you gently tone the belly and lift the body away from the support behind you. As you gently turn the palms down in the lap and lift up through the rib cage, letting the shoulders work their way onto the back and the crown of the head reach a little taller. So you can feel the balance of action and ease even as you sit. And when you feel ready, gently move the tongue over the teeth and wiggle the jaw and blink the eyes open. And even as the eyes are open, keep the gaze straight forward and slightly down, slowly inviting the visual stimulus back. And as you expand your awareness into the outside world, take this sense of peace and ease with you. And remember, if you feel overstimulated, if you feel like you're moving into overwhelm, use the power of the breath to relax. Even when the outside world is chaotic, we can still find that peace within. Thank you so much for joining me today in this practice. The light in me sees and honors that same light in each of you, the light of love, of peace, of ease. Remember, all you have to do is use the breath to let it shine. Namaste.